Hi.
Hello!
Yeah, welcome to the first episode of our D&D Episodicals.
Woo!
We are going to be starting with the starter set, but we got a lot of business to get through since it's our first session here. So first thing I wanted to do was go around and introduce our cast. So why don't we start in order on Twitch here? So Brianna, why don't you go first?
Hi, I'm Brianna Valentine. I'm really excited to be here. This is my first time streaming with Rem and actually streaming ever, so I'm super pumped. I've been playing D&D for about 3 years, and I'm really excited to be here.
Cool. And who are you going to be playing today?
So I'm going to be playing Sarsora Flameborn. She is a dwarf cleric. She is super cool. She's got a soldier background, and can't wait for you to see her.
Beautiful. Awesome. How about RJ?
Oh, little old me. Oh, hey everybody. Name's RJ Thomas. First time, playing on Twitch. I've been on Twitch a couple times with some podcasters from the Shadowrunners Network, but this will be the first time to actually get some D&D action going in a little while. I'm playing Gareth Blackstone, a nobleman who wasn't supposed to necessarily be in the position he's in, but he has had the mantle of his family thrust upon him, and now he must deal with, the weight of his family lineage is now resting upon his shoulders. So he is a young man, and he must prove himself.
Great. Awesome. Chris, your turn.
Hi there, I'm Chris, at Willy Wegs on pretty much every social media possible. I am playing as the high elf wizard named Phelan, just Phelan. He is a antisocial elf who has lived in and studied in the Temple of Ogma for all of his life, only leaving to go to the nearby tavern every day for a basic meal. He's accepting current quests and stuff right now to go out and seek knowledge and maybe power.
Awesome. And Michael.
Hi everyone, my name is Michael Kuhn. This is my first time streaming D&D, but very much like Brianna, I'm pretty new to this. I've been playing for about 2 or 3 years. Me and Brianna actually started playing D&D together in the same campaign, so I'm really excited. I'll be playing Halfling Rogue Flint, a criminal who's been caught up with the wrong group of people, and now he kind of has to deal with those consequences that's brought upon him.
Awesome. And Hal.
Hi, my name is Hal. I'm Stainless Steel Devil Rat on the Shadowrun universe. I never unified all my handles. I've been playing D&D ever since I was a wee little tadpole. It's my first time doing anything on stream, though, so kind of learning with the rest of you guys.
Great.
Character I'm playing today is Jedediah. He is a country yokel whose family actually isn't from the country anymore. They're refugees from monster attacks and took refuge in the big city. He's grown up on the D&D equivalent of watching TV. He listens to bard tales and has a very inaccurate view of what adventurers do and what the adventurer's life is like. But he's eager to get started.
Awesome. And I'm Sarah. I'm losing my voice. That's a great start. I'm the owner of Rem Alternatives Productions. We're doing our Cyberpunk Fantasy trailer, and I'll be GMing the game. This is the first time I've GM'd in a couple years, but I've been doing a lot of streams lately, and really wanted to take one on. And I'm just nosy. I'm a completionist, so I really wanted to play through all of the 5e campaigns. So that I know everything. It's the sandbox for me. So yeah, I thought we'd start with the starter set. I definitely want to take it slow for any new viewers, anyone that's new to D&D. We're going to walk you through some of the roles and how to play, so that you know it's accessible to everyone. Something else you should know too is that we, as an episodical series, when we are done with the mission that comes in the starter set, which is the Lost Mine of Phandelver, we will start a new campaign of the next book or series and we'll rotate casts. So we might have some new cast, we might have all new cast, who knows? But just so that you know what to expect. Hey, I did that. There are four parts to this mission, to the Lost Mine. I'm not really sure what to expect in terms of time. I'm thinking that it would take 2 sessions per like mission piece, but I think that's totally dependent on these guys and the choices that they make. So I'm thinking about 8 to 12 sessions for this starter set, but we'll see what ends up happening. And then don't forget also, if you scroll below the video, we do have extra content. So we've got some more information about us at Realm Alternis. We've got some of our Wii support, which we're going to be getting to in just a second here. Our rules and stuff like that. And then also, we might be posting bonus content. So if these guys want to have like side chats together in character and things like that, we'll be posting those links below. So you get that bonus content. All right, so to start off, I wanted to read from the book itself. There are rules to game by, and these are really GM rules that they give, but I think it's good for all of us to know and follow, because this is all about having fun. So I'm going to read from this real quick. So, when in doubt, make it up. So it's better to keep the game moving than to get bogged down in the rules. So totally, if we don't know the rule on something, we'll make it up. We'll try to keep it consistent for the rest of the go, but let's keep the story moving. It's not a competition, so I'm not competing against you guys. You're there to, or I'm there to run the monsters, referee the rules, and keep the story moving. It's a shared story, so it is your story. So I'm going to let you guys contribute to the outcome through the actions of your characters. And this is all about imagination coming together to tell the story as a group. So we're going to, the other thing is being consistent, which I touched on. So if we decide a rule works a certain way, we're going to try to make it consistent for the rest of the campaign. Make sure everyone is involved. So please help me with this, guys. If just ensure every character has a chance to shine. If some players are reluctant to speak up, remember to ask each other what you're doing or what your thoughts are. And then pay attention. Make sure you look around the table occasionally to see if the game's going well. If everyone's having fun, relax and keep going. If fun is waning, we might take a break, or we might try to liven things up. So sometimes combat can get a little nitty gritty. We're going to try to keep it as fun and as forward moving as we can, but you know, always feel free to pipe in and try to move things forward if you feel like it's stagnating. All right. So, before we kick off into our story, we have one more piece of business. We are going to share every episode some kind of nerdy thing. We want to support our nerdy vendors, especially in this difficult time. So, today, Chris is going to tell us a little bit about one of his favorite nerdy things and where you can find it.
All right, so I've been working with her for a good amount of commissions. Her name is Alex Perkins, and her is at Alex Alex P Perkins Perkins.
Drop that in the chat for us.
Yeah, no, I'll drop that real quick.
And what does she do?
She is a. Let me press enter on that. There we go. There is the at. She's a Wisconsin-based illustrator and dungeon master. She also has her own Etsy store where she sells some of her artistic goods. But she and I have worked together on making my visions of my characters and bringing it to actual vision. It's really nice seeing her talent and her art style applied to some of my favorite characters that I've had. And I just really, really appreciate all the art that she has made.
Awesome. So you sent us an at. Do you have, you want to show us some pictures?
Sure. I'll do a screen share. You could find more on her Twitter and Instagram, but let's see if it lines up correctly here. All right. Screen share.
Ooh.
Oh, that looks good.
This is her. This is the paper doll commissions that she does, where she'll make like a basic version of your character, and then as you progress through a story or something, you could request more outfits and such.
That's so cool.
This is one of my characters in another campaign. This is a black and white commission. I'm a big fan of her black and white work. It's really, really good.
Neat.
Wow.
And then this is my favorite kind of stuff, though, is her tarot card commissions that she
Oh my
makes.
God.
Oh, that's
This
awesome.
is a Wheel of Fortune tarot card of my girlfriend's character, who was a diviner, and it just fit really, really well.
That's awesome.
Wow. That's incredible.
You can also find a link to Alex below under the We Support. So I believe that's under the Bark Machine link. So test that out and throw her some support and love. Give her a follow at the very least. Great. Thank you, guys.
Yay.
Thanks, Chris. So we'll have another nerdy artist or vendor or anything to support next week. But for now, I think we're ready to dive into our story. So, we are going to be starting with, so again, we have the starter set for, am I showing this? Yes. The starter set for D&D 5e. So this is the first campaign for 5e. And it is the Lost Mine of Phandelver. So I love the art. I love everything about the art for D&D. So what we're going to do is start with a little bit of our settings. So our story takes place near the city of Neverwinter in the Sword Coast region to the north of the Forgotten Realms. So if you look at the map I have right in the middle, you can see Neverwinter. And our party is going to be headed to the town of Phandelver, which is right near the Sword Mountains, if you take a look at that map. So they'll be heading down the high road to start this adventure.
Leaving a big city for the first time in some of our cases.
Yeah.
Woo!
And we're going to be talking a little bit about that too. So to give a little intro to our world here, we're going to read a little bit about our background. So, Brianna, I believe you're starting, right?
Yeah, here we go. More than 500 years ago, clans of dwarves and gnomes made an agreement known as the Phandelver's Pact, by which they would share a rich mine in a wondrous cavern known as Wave Echo Cave. In addition to its mineral, the mine contained great magical power. Human spellcasters allied themselves with the dwarves and gnomes to channel and bind that energy into a great forge called the Forge of Spells, where magic items could be crafted. Times were good, and the nearby human town of Phandelver prospered as well. But then disaster struck when orcs swept through the north and laid waste to all in their...
A powerful force of orcs, reinforced by an evil mercenary wizard, attacked Wave Echo Cave to seize its riches and magic treasures. Human wizards fought alongside their dwarf and gnome allies to defend the forge. And the ensuing spell battle destroyed much of the cavern. Few survived the cave-ins and tremors, and the location of Wave Echo Cave was lost.
For centuries, rumors of buried riches have attracted treasure seekers and opportunists to the area around Phandelver, but no one has ever succeeded in locating the lost mine. In recent years, people have resettled the area. Phandelver is now a rough and tumble frontier town. But more important, the Rock Seeker brothers, a trio of dwarves, have discovered the entrance to Wave Echo Cave, and they intend to reopen the mines.
Unfortunately for the Rock Seekers, they're not the only ones interested in Wave Echo Cave. A mysterious villain known as the Black Spider controls a network of bandit gangs and goblin tribes in the area, and his agents have followed these Rock Seekers to their prize. Now the Black Spider wants Wave Echo Cave for himself, and is taking steps to make sure that no one else knows where it is.
The world of the Forgotten Realms is one such setting, and that's where the story in this adventure takes place. In the realms, knights dare the crypts of the fallen dwarf kings of Delzone, seeking glory and treasure. Rogues prowl the dark alleyways of teeming cities such as Neverwinter and Baldur's Gate. Clerics, in the service of gods, wield mace and spell, questing against the terrifying powers that threaten the land. Wizards plunder the ruins of the fallen Netherese Empire, delving into secrets too dark for the light of day. Dragons, giants, demons, and unimaginable abominations lurk in the dungeons, caverns, ruined cities, and the vast, wild places of the world.
On the roads and rivers of the realms travel minstrels and merchants and guards, soldiers, sailors, and steel-hearted adventurers carrying tales of strange, glorious, faraway places. Good maps and clear trails can take even an inexperienced youth with dreams of glory far across the thousands of restless would-be heroes from backcountry farm sleepy villages arrive in Neverwinter and the other great cities every year in search of wealth and renown.
Known roads may be well traveled, but they aren't necessarily safe. Fell magic, deadly monsters, and cruel local rulers are all perils that you face when you travel in the Forgotten Realms. Even farms and freeholds within a day's walk of a city can fall prey to monsters, and no place is safe from the sudden wrath of a dragon.
The regional map shows just a tiny part of this vast world in a region called the Sword Coast. This is a region of adventure, where daring souls delve into the wreckage of ancient strongholds and explore ruins of long-lost cultures. Amid a wilderness of jagged, snow-capped peaks, alpine forest, lawlessness, and monsters, the coast holds great bastions of civilization, including the coastal city of Neverwinter.
Great. Thanks, guys. All right, so everyone is starting here in Neverwinter. So we already introduced our characters a little bit, but I'd like to know a little more. First, I'd like everyone to know that we are using the characters from the starter set. So it comes with pre-generated characters. So, you know, if you're new to D&D, you're a little intimidated by the rules, you want to play, but you're a little scared to make your own character, there are ones that you can just pull right out of the box, give a little personality to, which you'll see the spin that our cast is going to put on those today, and then you can get to playing. So make sure you support your friendly local game store if you want to get that starter set and follow along. So let's go character by character again. I'd like to know from you guys what your positive and negative qualities are, which viewers is a way for me to give inspiration for good role playing. So inspiration allows them to make a new die roll. So to re-roll something that maybe, oh, I didn't do well on that, I want to use my inspiration to try again. So it's a little bonus for them to encourage that good role playing. So positive, negative quality. What brings you to Neverwinter, and why are you traveling to Phandelver? So let's start with Brianna.
All right. So Star Sora, I would say that one of the best and most positive things about Star Sora is her sense of conscience and her sense of respect for everyone. The reason that she's in Neverwinter in the first place, she's been there for about 50, 60 years, is because she trained on the island of Mintarn to be a soldier with the Mintarn mercenaries and to protect and guard the people within Neverwinter. So her sense of conscience is huge, and her respect and love for everyone. And she won't put up with anybody disrespecting or hurting or being antagonistic to anyone. And that kind of does delve a little bit into her negative. She is so for that cause that she kind of has a quick temper, and she can be very biting to people who give a lot of disrespect, and she might go a little too far, but in the end, it really is for good intent. And so we did Neverwinter, and why I'm going to Phandelver. Sarsora is going to Phandelver because she is actually cousins with the Rockseekers. And she recently was discharged from the mercenaries. So she's going to go live with them. And she also heard that a local group of brigands and criminals called the Red are kind of pushing their weight around in Phandelver, and she's not about that. So she's going to go help someone take care of them.
Awesome. That's exciting. Great. RJ, why don't you tell us a little bit about Gareth and his qualities, why Neverwinter and why Phandelver?
Well, as I kind of alluded to before, real quickly, Gareth is the second son within the household, and in any noble family, it is said you often have an heir and you have a spare. Gareth is the spare. Unfortunately, his elder brother Orin kind of encountered something he couldn't handle and ended up with a very bad case of dead, leaving all the weight and responsibility of being the heir apparent of his house now resting on Gareth's shoulders. A job that he is not really equipped to handle. Gareth is a fighter by training. He is no diplomat. He is no negotiator. His skill is in the martial arts. But now he's being called upon to get a little crash course in all of this stuff in order to keep his family's house relevant. So now, as a young man, he is traveling to Neverwinter to learn more about the world and to represent his house, in the big bad that is out there. And his whole idea is he only knows what his parents, namely his father, has taught him on how to be a noble, which isn't much. So he is probably going to have a bit of a culture shock. He simply feels that there is a natural order of things, that the nobility is there to take care of the people and to give them some kind of order in their lives. That's just the way of things. Now, he will often come across as somewhat condescending, a little arrogant, which are some of his negative qualities. But the one thing he has learned is that being of nobility and having to set the example, his word is his bond. If he gives you his word that says he will do a thing, or a deal has been struck, he will honor that to his dying breath. Also, he has a code of honor. He will not show cowardice, and he will not back down from a fight. So there you go.
Great. Perfect. Thank you. All right. Next up in our order here is Phelan.
So, all 120 years of Phelan's life, he has lived in the Temple of Ogma, studying magic and learning as much as he can about the history of, I guess you could say, the Forgotten Realms. He is, I guess you would call, a homebody. He only leaves the temple just to go to the tavern for his daily meals. He is, based on what I have written here, he spent so long in the temple that he has little to no experience dealing with people in the outside world. So I'm excited to see how that will come into play. His ideals are knowledge, the path to power and self-improvement is through knowledge. And the tome he carries with him is the record of his life's work, and no vault is secure enough to keep it safe. He is very, very protective of his personal tome. And he'll just do about anything to uncover historical secrets that would add to his research. Another fun fact, he hates drinking water. He thinks it's stupid and flavorless, and he will go out of his way to use prestidigitation to flavor it just so he could bear it. He is, he might come off as ignorant, arrogant, and rude. So there's that as well.
So the positive and negative quality. Repeat that for me.
So the positive quality for him is that he is very dedicated to his life's work, and he has dedicated his life to knowledge. So in terms of adding something to the group would be his level of history and knowledge of the realm. His biggest, so that's his reason for being in Neverwinter, was that he resides there. But for going to Phandelver, though, the moment he heard rumors of the Forge of Spells, he was in, and he was considering of putting together a group of people to help escort him there until he saw this job opportunity from the Rock Seekers. So he thought maybe he'd save some coin and tag along there and see how it goes.
Cool. And what is his negative quality?
His negative quality is he will do anything to uncover historical secrets that will aid to his knowledge, and that he thinks water is stupid and dumb.
Great. Super. Thank you. All right, Flint.
All right, Flint. His negatives, I would say Flint's negatives is he's very selfish. He really, I mean, at the end of the day, he really only cares about himself. He's very impulsive, and he's arrogant. Yeah, I think arrogant is one of the best ways to describe him. Arrogant and impulsive. I think the most redeeming qualities about him, for me anyway, is despite his selfishness and his impulsiveness, he really does have a sort of unconditional love for his family, which I think a lot of people can hopefully relate to, whether that's chosen family or blood family. And he personally would do anything and dedicate his life to making sure that his family is well kept and protected at all costs.
Great.
Yeah.
And why are you in Neverwinter, and what is urging you on to Phandelver?
So he is going back to Phandelver. He previously used to reside there because he used to be part of a group called the Red Brands. Recently leaving that group, he seeks revenge on them and is looking for a group to travel with to take down this group, what they stand for.
Beautiful. Awesome. All right. Then I've got Jedediah.
Jedediah is the folk hero pre-gen. He comes from the little people. He's one of them. He tends to get along well with them. His particular background is his family is originally rural. As an infant, they had a disaster in the town, and they had to come to the big city as refugees for protection. And that's kind of the life he knows, but he's grown up hearing stories, probably tinted through rosy lenses about how wonderful it was out in the wilds and as living the farmer life. He's grown up in the city of Neverwinter. He's always wanted to be a hero. He's worked as a porter and longshoreman in the city's docks. His big first chance to be a hero was standing up to a penny-pinching ship captain who didn't want to pay fair wages, and he kind of did some labor organizing and kind of got a feel for what it's like to be somebody who stands up for other people. And he's always wanted to be an adventurer. He's heard from the priests of Torm and the bards in the taverns about how great adventuring is and how there's no downsides whatsoever, and it's easy wealth and glory, and best of all, you get to save people, maybe even meet a maiden who needs rescuing. And he's eager to get started. He heard about some people who are looking for help doing this caravan. They need guards to face untold risks and dangers, and he's all for it.
Great.
Yay.
Awesome.
I would say you're looking for upsides and downsides each
Yep.
character. He is he's a big lawful stupid kind of guy in the D&D parties.
Oh.
He's all about protecting, being brave. He wants to do right, even if he doesn't know maybe what's the best thing to do. Doing the hero thing is the right thing to do in his mind.
Great.
His flaw is that he's a little self-conscious about his underprivileged upbringing, and he doesn't want to sound stupid. So he likes to use big words, and he's got a tendency to misuse big words.
Malapropism.
Ah. Oh my gosh.
Sorry, that's a little throwback there. Michael and I were in a play called The Rivals, or a showcase of it, where the term malapropism comes to play, and it's misusing big words, which is a lot of fun. Great.
You might even say he has a precipitation to do so.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
And so it begins.
Does he stand under malapropism?
If you knew what it was, he would probably do so, sure.
Oh, I am so excited for this. Awesome, guys. All right. With that, we are ready to begin our adventure. So, let me turn to my first page here. All right, so in the city of Neverwinter, a dwarf named Gundren, Rockseeker, asked you to bring a wagon load of provisions to the rough and tumble settlement of Phandelver, a couple days' travel to the southeast of the city. Gundren was clearly excited and more than a little secretive about his reasons for the trip, saying only that he and his brothers had found something big, and that he'd pay you 10 gold pieces each for escorting his supplies safely to Barthen's Provisions, a trading post in Phandelver. He then set out ahead of you on horse, along with a warrior escort named Sildar Hallwinter, claiming he needed to arrive early to take care of business. You've spent the last few days following the high road south from Neverwinter, and you've just recently veered east along the Tribor Trail. You've encountered no trouble so far, but this territory can be dangerous. Bandits and outlaws have been known to lurk along the trail. So, with that, I need your guys' marching order. So feel free to discuss in character amongst yourselves.
This caravan is one wagon or multiple?
One
or what do we
wagon. It's got 2 oxen. It's a pretty big wagon, so someone's going to need to drive the wagon, and anyone else can either walk or ride in the back of the wagon.
It's easier for Phelan to read his tome if he's sitting in the wagon, so he will surround himself with the meat shields of the party.
So you're
Is
in
there-
the middle. Got it?
Is there a skill required for driving a wagon?
Nope.
And if so, what is it? Okay. So I'm pretty decent at animal handling, if that's relevant.
Great. Yeah, if the oxen get sassy, you can, but they're pretty well trained.
Okay, fair. I primarily fight with a bow, so if anybody wants to be on the point to the spear, that would be me. So I don't mind going first.
Okay.
Sarsora will be in the back holding her warhammer, checking around just to make sure nothing pops out.
Great.
Yeah, I'll put Flint next to Sarsora.
Great.
I will be on the opposite side of the wagon of Sarsora, not because I have any disdain for her. She is a quite capable fighter, but simply I will cover the other side to make sure that we have adequate coverage all around.
Great. Are you going to be in front of the wagon but behind Jed? Or
I will be directly on the side of the wagon, on
Gotcha.
the right side,
Gotcha.
because I am all.
So you're walking alongside the wagon. You can always chat with Gareth as he goes too. So Jed or Gareth then, who's driving the wagon?
I can drive or I can be in front, whichever we need somebody to be.
So maybe you guys
If I could
switch
make-
off a little bit. Go ahead.
Yes, I would suggest that our friend with the bow. I'm sorry, I'll eventually learn your name.
It's Jedediah.
Yeah, indeed. But since that you do have the bow and you are able to drive the oxen, if you were to do so, you could easily engage someone from that driver's position. So it would be logical that you would take up that spot.
That seems very tactitious.
Great.
I'm sorry, what?
Tactitious.
All right.
I'm so excited. Cool. All right, so we have our marching order. Yeah, feel free to set your tokens behind the scenes and roll 20 in that order. So we've got Jed up front with Phelan right behind him in the wagon, Gareth to Phelan's right, and Sarsora and Flint in the back.
Right.
All right. You've been on the Tribor Trail for about half a day. As you come around a bend, you spot 2 dead horses sprawled about 50 feet ahead of you, blocking the path. Each has several black-feathered arrows sticking out of it. The woods press close to the trail here with a steep embankment and dense thickets on either side.
No
do you
riders,
do?
just dead horses.
Just dead horses.
Yikes.
I'll bet they
How
died from being shot.
What was that?
I'll bet they died from being shot.
Really? Very astute.
I thought so.
Who did this? And he'll look around for any archers.
Make a perception.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I can roll it through my character.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so we're using roll 20, so you guys can view some rolls that we make. Okay, I'm going to make a roll. I'm not sure if mine are hidden from you guys or not yet, so I think I'm going to get out my starter set dice and roll over here.
Woo!
Those beautiful blue dice.
Yeah.
Dice.
Show off
Roll
those
20.
dice.
They're
Yeah, roll
so
20 is
pretty.
nice. There's no substitute for clicky clacks sometimes.
So I've got a real pretty blue
Yay.
sheen dice. All right. Okay. So you don't notice anything. The woods are super thick, pressing in on the roads here. And it's kind of hard from your spot behind the wagon to get any further detail about the scene.
Well, I'll stop the wagon and I'll head over to the horses, see if I can tell if these are like goblin arrows or if there's anything left in the saddlebags.
Perfect. Before you do that, who knows Gundren?
Me.
So
He's the nice guy who promised me 10 gold.
you recognize these horses.
That's their horses. They went on ahead.
They did. I'm gonna start looking around at the various forest areas. I'm smelling ambush.
Great. So Hal, you had said that you wanted to investigate. So
Indeed.
please make an investigation check for me. So to do a check for our new players here, we have our character sheet, which gives us all of the rolls we need. So or all of the bonuses we need. So it's all laid out for us. So Hal, what is your bonus to your D20 roll for investigation?
A +0.
A +0. So investigation
I'm a
is
smart
based
one.
off wisdom, intelligence. So par for the course, Jedediah has no bonus to his intelligence. So he's going to roll a straight 20-sided dice, and he rolled a 6. So, yep, these are definitely horses, and those are definitely arrows.
They're definitely dead too. I
Yeah.
can tell.
Phelan pries himself from his tone finally, and he goes, Why is everyone leaving?
Can't you see? The horses are dead. Those were Gundren's.
We can't go on top of them. You want to move them?
What is everyone's passive perception?
My passive
What's the
perception is 13.
What's the difference between passive and not passive?
So perception means that you're actively like looking around for something, like, ooh, what's happening? Passive perception is like your random ability to like take in detail around you. So like I'm not really looking for anything.
Well, I mean, like D20 wise, how would it be different?
Oh, so your passive perception is actually on your character sheet. It's a stagnant stat. So it's usually right under the skills. Let me find it so I can walk you through
Oh,
it.
I see it.
Oh.
Okay, 13 in my case.
13. So I've got
13 as well.
13,
10.
10, and RJ
13.
13. All right. So as you you guys get closer,
But I would also remember I said I was actively looking around
so go
into
ahead
the woods.
and make a perception roll then.
Very good.
So what's your bonus to perception?
It is
Wow.
+3.
Ooh,
Plus 3. So that was a nat 20.
That's a hot roll right there.
Excellent.
Nice.
So as you who is approaching the horses, by the way? I think Jedediah is.
Yes.
So is Sarsora?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So you two notice, well, actually with Jed's roll, he does not notice. So Sarsara, you notice that the saddlebags have been looted. And nearby lies an empty leather map case.
Ooh.
Please roll initiative.
Ah! Oh my goodness.
Uh-oh.
So I'm gonna, before you guys select your characters and roll, I'm gonna clear the initiative tracker in Roll20. And if everyone would bear with me on the stream for a second, I'm actually gonna try to show you guys our map here.
Oh, yeah, I did not click on my dude, so here we go. Try again.
Oh, it's working. Oh, I'm so good at this. I'm so proud.
Yeah, get him.
I'm assuming Flint has a higher dex than I do.
Probably.
As a rogue.
Great.
Wizard.
And then... Okay. So I've got 4 of you. So I am missing Sarsora. Make sure when you roll your initiative, you click your character first.
You betcha.
Yep. There you are.
Yay.
Okay, I've got
Oh,
all
that
of
roll
you.
wasn't so hot.
Oh no.
All right, so I've got my little tracker here, and then I've got, everyone can see this, right? Let me make sure Twitch looks okay.
So did the empty map case, did that attack us?
Well done. All right, so if you guys can please move your tokens, I'm gonna zoom out a little bit more here so that we can see. But if you guys can move your tokens in order. So now we have Sarsora and Jed up front. So let's set the horses over here. Oh, you can't see where I'm moving, I think. Yes, you can. Haha. And then we've got Phelan is in the wagon, so we'll set him about 15 feet back, if you could. Each square is 5 feet. And then Gareth, if you want to set yourself where you are next to Phelan. And Flint, whatever you're doing as well. All right, so here we go. So, as I had you roll initiative, everyone except Gareth is surprised. So this first round, the only your attackers and Gareth are going to be able to go this first round. So I am going to bring up. Bear with me a sec.
Ooh,
Well, no, those look ugly.
we
Yeah.
got some gobos.
So we have 2 goblins that are going to run in. And they're actually going to move toward our investigators of the wagon here. How do I get you to move?
Oh.
Move.
Please don't hurt me. I only have 10 HP.
There we go.
I forgot what it was like to be level 1.
Welcome to level 1. And then these guys are 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 feet away.
Your dwarf has a beard, though. Women have beards in Faerun, don't they?
It's the
With
token
dwarves.
that came in roll 20. I thought they were new, so.
Yeah, but don't beard shame. That would be.
No,
Yeah.
no.
What-
The point
what the
was,
heck?
is like that should give like a shield bonus if it's a dwarf.
Oh, Trixie.
If Sarsora grows a beard, can I have a +1 to my AC?
No.
Only if you get like a small shield that you could weave in, that you braid the beard and then
Yeah,
put
like-
the shield right on that. That
Yeah,
would
like-
actually
Does British Empire Gorges or Gorgas?
Yes.
Gorges.
Yeah.
So I'm going to
Just
roll a quick initiative for these guys. Let me see if I think this gives me everything. Roll 20 is pretty great, but I'm still learning it, so bear with me here. So those are images. I want NPCs.
TPK. TPK.
And this was our adventure. I'm glad you enjoyed.
The
And then
end. Next week we'll be playing a new adventure.
With new characters.
Yeah.
Well, next time.
Oh my
Next
god.
week we can play the goblins ambushing the adventurers.
There you go.
Oh
Yes.
yeah. Just
Yes.
evil Gobbo campaign. I'm so for it.
That was one of my favorite D&D experiences ever. Was the reverse dungeon. You guys ever hear that? Ever play that?
No, that sounds amazing.
It's,
What was
it's
it?
basically what it is you're a tribe of goblins where adventurers keep coming into your little warren and you gotta protect the tribe.
All right. Let's see if I can now roll my initiative. I don't think I can here, so I'm going to have to keep track of that one separately. That's fine. All right. So, goblins are going first.
How'd they beat my 19? That would be impossible.
They met your 19, but you also are surprised. You're like, huh, goblins.
No.
Who knew?
Hey,
I
look at these guys. These arrows look like goblin arrows. There might be goblins around.
Don't worry, my compatriots. If you all die, I shall avenge you.
I'm so thankful for you.
You should be.
All right, my dwarf friend. You have 2 goblins attacking you.
Oof, all right.
So they are going to be using their scimitar. The first one.
Actually, it's pronounced skimiter.
Oh my god.
Oh boy.
Oh. Does an 8 hit you?
Sadly, no.
The first one misses. The second one? Oh, nat 1. What is... I don't like this new dice.
Oof.
No. Keep rolling.
Ooh.
It's fine.
All right, so we've got 2
No
misses.
complaints here.
All
It's
right,
beard,
the next
beard.
one I've got is a... So I rolled a 13. They have a +4 to hit, so that's a 17, and that's with the short bow. Does that hit?
Nope.
Are you lying to me?
No, I'm serious. I have an 18 AC, I promise.
What?
I
That's
do.
before the beard?
Yeah.
In the starter edition? What the?
And I have bonus AC. I'm so squishy.
I am so squishy.
My
I need
God.
a 20.
I
I'm wearing
drew.
paper towels as armor with my 12 AC. Like,
There we go. I rolled a 17 plus 4. That's a 21.
That hits.
There we go. All right. This is a 1d6 plus 2. So that's going to be 5 damage. Piercing.
Oof.
All right.
Cleric,
By the way,
heal thyself.
18 AC at level 1. What the?
so Sarsora, if you click on your character, you'll see a couple bubbles appear. But there you go. So yeah, you can change that that hit point amount. Just remember what your normal hit points are, so you can refresh it at the end.
Gotcha.
All right. So that's the goblin's turn. So now we are on Gareth.
All right. Well, I see my compatriots are under siege, so I shall assist. Let's see. That one is my target, and I will be throwing a jab.
All right. So go ahead and make your attack roll. And that should show up in the chat.
looks like-
9. That is going to miss.
No.
Ah, darn. But at least they now know that there is someone else here they need to deal with, so hopefully it will take some of the heat off of my compatriot.
Very noble of you. All right.
No, simply tactical.
So also for our viewers, just so you know, every turn you get an action. You get a bonus action. So an action is like the thing you're fully committed to. A bonus action is like a small side action. You get movement, and you can also utilize a free action if you would like as well. So is there anything you would like to do with your turn additionally?
No.
Okay. All right, so we go back to the top of the order. And you know what? I am a kind and forgiving GM, so we will let
Aw.
the other 19 go first. So Jed, it is your turn.
Okay, so these goblin arrows I'm looking at, I'm about to tell everybody, hey, look out, there might be goblins around, and clearly there are. So why don't I pull one of these goblin arrows out and return it to a goblin?
What?
I will pull an arrow out of the horse and shoot it from my bow back into one of the
Okay.
goblins.
Oh, I thought you were that kind of
That's-
dumb.
One way to do it.
I'm returning it.
Oh, wait.
So I'll shoot that guy.
I'm curious about something. I'm going to push a button real quick because I'm curious if something will... I can do it. Okay, cool.
Yay.
Neat. All right. Good to know. All right.
Okay, do I have to click on the goblin I'm shooting at for the Roll20 to recognize who I'm shooting at?
Sure. I'm going to keep track separately, but
Okay.
just in
Doesn't
case,
look-
because as
Yeah,
we're
it
getting to
doesn't
know
look like I
Roll20.
even can, so I will just shoot my bow at him. And it's tactitious to preserve your ammo, so I'll be using their ammo against them.
Please make your roll. That's going to hit. All right. So now you're going to roll your damage. So what does your damage look like?
It's a D8 plus 3. I know we had a little trouble with this.
Click. I think you click it in the actual chat.
Yeah, so in the chat, you're going to click, see where it says your longbow?
Gotta go to the chat. Okay, yep.
Click on that.
Nothing happens.
Like where it actually says the word longbow. Click
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, the part that turns red.
There it is.
So you probably got to get a whole bunch of them because I clicked it a bunch of times.
Oh, geez. All right, we're going to take the first one. So you did 4 damage, and
Fair.
which one were you attacking?
That one.
Gotcha. Okay. So I'm going to call them 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm very creative. So 4 just took 4 piercing damage. Great. All right. It is the goblin's turn. So goblins are gonna see what just hit them, and to Gareth's point, they noticed you guys. So these two, or this guy, is gonna You know what? These two are going to stay on these two, and these two are going to alter their position and shoot at Flint. Because he's closest. All right.
Oh no.
So let's first take care of these two goblins. This one's going to move over here. This one's going to move down a little bit. So let's handle this goblin boy first is going to attack Sarsora. So let's see if I can roll this in here. I'm experimenting, guys. Attack. Can I do that? No. Okay, so I'll just roll it here again. So I'm going to do a scimitar attack. All right, that is a +4, 17, which misses you. I hate your AC. All right, and then who is up there with you? That's Jed, right?
I do not have an armored beard. I might have to hide behind the cleric.
All right, I rolled an 18 +4 is 22.
Yeah, that would even hit the cleric.
All right, so you're going to take 1d6 +2 slashing. So that's 4 damage.
Ow.
So again, if you click on your character and go to the green bubble, you can reduce your HP. Oh, look, it makes such a happy sound when you reduce your HP.
That was so cute.
Oh, wait, no, I think that was actually something in Twitch, right? Now following.
Oh,
Thanks
yeah,
so
we got
much,
a new
Joabi
follower.
Plays. Yay! Look at us go.
Hey.
Thanks so much. We like you.
Thanks for
How
following.
about we're gonna reward that? So, Michael, you're number 1. Oh my gosh, we got 2.
I think people just like seeing you get hurt.
Mike, you're number 1. Hal, you're number 2. RJ, you're number 3. Chris, you're number 4. And Brianna, you're number 5. I'm number 6. I'm gonna roll a d6 and see twice and see who gets inspiration.
Oh, nice.
1.
Woo.
So Michael, you get an inspiration.
Oh, hell yeah.
Brianna gets an inspiration.
Yay!
Great. Thank you guys so much for the follows.
Everyone keep following, please.
Yeah.
Yes,
Thanks for
we
the
all
bonus
need
roll.
inspiration.
I appreciate it.
Carry us through level 1.
Also, I'd just like to say, we currently have 20 viewers, and that's the most we've ever had at one time on the channel. So thank you guys so
Hey.
much.
Thanks for watching.
All right. So back to the game. I just knocked into Jedediah. That was fun. All right. So now I've got our 2 long range who are going to shoot at Flint.
You were shooting at Gareth.
I think you're wrong.
Not to be that guy, but yes, it was Flint. Sorry.
All right. So the first one, I rolled a 17. Does that hit?
Can you
Yeah,
roll bluff against the game master? Like
just barely, but it
Just
will hit.
barely. Okay. So you're going to take 1d6 +2. So that's 4 damage. What was that?
More inspiration.
Yeah, let's do it. This is so fun.
Another follower.
All right, I rolled a 5, which would go to Brianna, but you can't stack inspiration, so I rolled another 5. 2! Hal, you get inspiration.
Hey.
Yay! All right.
Inspiration and hit points back.
The hit points back. No, sorry.
Are they transferable into hit points?
Nice try.
It's a valid question.
All right. Finally, our other goblin, seeing that goblin has Flint pretty well covered, is going to shoot into the wagon at Phelan.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely. All right. That is going to be a 15.
What do you know? Yeah, you hit.
Awesome. I love hitting you guys. I only rolled a 1, though, for damage, so you get 3 points of damage.
So how do you do the damage again? I'm sorry.
Click on yourself, and then
Yeah.
a little 3 bubbles will appear.
Oops, I just rolled on accident. Sorry.
Like pink dice, though. So the green bubble that's above your name, you can mark in there, and that'll adjust your hit points.
Okay.
There you go. All right, so we are Jedediah went. So now we are on. Now you are not surprised anymore. So this is going to be Sarsora.
All right. So first thing that Sarsora is going to do is she's going to cast Cure Wound, which would be great at first level. So let's go ahead and do that. La 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 la.
So do you
We
get attacked
love-
if you cast a spell in 5th edition?
Do you get
Oh
what?
yeah, that's a good question. Do I get attacked in 5e if I cast a spell?
No.
Yay!
But
Alright.
so how do you roll for this? How does the spell work? Walk us through some magic.
You betcha. Okay, so this spell is in one action, so it's my action, so I can't attack any full action. It's a touch spell. So any creature that I touch, including myself, instantaneously gets 1d8 plus whatever my spell casting modifier is. Mine happens to be 3 because I'm a puny cleric at this point. And it's so she's gonna speak a little word and she's going to heal herself there. And it apparently has no effect on undeads or constructs. Luckily, I am neither. So,
As far as we know.
as far as you know, you haven't insight of me yet.
Way to find out.
All
Yeah,
right.
you
So go
betcha.
ahead and roll your cure wounds. Let's see how much you heal.
All right, let me go ahead and do a d8 plus 3. So here's my d8. Did that go?
Yep, you got 4.
All right, plus 3 is 7.
Yeah.
So I heal 7 HP.
Woo! So go ahead
And then as a
Cleric.
yay! And then as a bonus action, I would like to cast Sanctuary on Jedediah.
Aw, so explain,
yeah.
walk us through your spells here.
You betcha. All right, so Sanctuary is where you're essentially doing some attack. Any creature who targets that person with an attack, first they have to make a wisdom saving throw. And if they fail that, if they roll too low, they have to either choose a new target or they lose the attack or spell. It doesn't affect like area effects. So if somebody casted a fire, Jedediah would still unfortunately be burned. But we're gonna do this anyway. So that takes me. It lasts for a minute, Jedediah. So that's good. You got that for a while. And then what am I rolling here? Oh, it's a bonus action. So we're Gucci. Yay. So I'd like to do that too.
Okay.
And then Sarah, any wisdom save against Jedediah is going to be a DC of 30.
Okay. Remember that in case I need to do a wisdom because I might forget.
Cool. So there you go. That's my turn.
All right. Great. Are you moving at all?
Yes, please. Am I going to take an opportunity attack? Am I in melee?
Yep, you are.
Then I'm not moving.
Okay. So just for our viewers, if you are in combat, which means a enemy is within 5 feet of you, if you leave with your movement, then you invoke an attack of opportunity. It'd be like, we're fighting, and now all of a sudden we're fighting, and you just turn around and start leaving. Like, I'm going to hit you. So that's what an attack of opportunity is, unless you use your action to disengage. So if you were to do that, then she could, do some cool little flourish to get away without me punching her in the back of the head. So, great. So you're going to stay where you are. All right.
Indeed.
So next up in our order is Flint.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and move. And using his short sword, he's gonna pull it out and try this one next to Jedediah right here. I thought that was a natural one for a second. I almost cried.
That's a 15. That hits.
Okay. Oh, that's right, because I also get sneak attack.
Awesome.
Love sneak attack.
So explain
Yeah,
what
so
that
he'll-
is.
So sneak attack it's essentially a rogue feature. If if ever there's an enemy that is distracted by one of my teammates, or I'm hidden from him and I attack him by surprise, there's an additional damage that goes with that, being that they're defenseless. They don't see it coming. So Flint, taking this arrow to the chest, will run over, slide right in, right next to Jedediah, and stab his short sword right in the ribs of this Gabo.
Great. So as you do, the warning, minor gore coming up here. The blade slides right between the ribs, and you and the goblin kind of and some blood comes out of his mouth. And he just slides right off your sword and hits the ground. One down.
Wow.
All
Rest in
right.
peace.
Next up is Phelan.
All right. Phelan is going to say, "I'm out," and run behind Gareth.
Peace out, Elf Scouts.
That's
Can
funny.
then-
I take a free action and just kind of give a side glance of, what are you doing?
Yes, you can.
And as he ducks behind Gareth, he'll open his tome, kind of peer up behind him, make a little magic circle, and shoot a ray of frost at this dude.
All right, do it.
So ray of frost. So if I'm right, if I go to my spell list and click it, it should show. There we go.
There it is.
Wow.
So not a great roll. As you you kind of retreat and you try to cast this spell, your fingertips kind of get a little cold, but like you kind of shake your hands like, come on. So that
It's
did,
okay, it happens to all wizards sometime.
Oh.
so it did
Just hear
not
Phelan go,
work.
"Damn it!" behind Gareth.
Unfortunately, it was a miss. Would you like to use your bonus action?
I'm good.
All right, great. Next up is Gareth.
All right, Gareth, first off, is getting kind of tired of not being in direct combat and being used as a shield. No. So he is going to use his action to move up. Let's see. My move is 30 feet. So that'll be 1, 2, 3, 4. I could easily get here.
All right.
And for my bonus action, will I be able to attack?
So your movement is free. So all you did so far is move. You still have your
All right.
action and your
All
bonus
right.
action.
Excellent. In the words of the great sage Bugs Bunny, Hassan Chop, I am going to attack with my great axe.
All right, do it. Go ahead and make your attack roll. All right, that's a 9. That is a miss. So you're trucking it up there. You've got your great axe out, and you just overshot a little bit on hitting the brakes once you got where you wanted to be, and the goblin kind of sidesteps your axe blow there. So that is a miss.
Cursed mud.
Top of the order, Jedediah is next.
All right, I will offer Gareth some helpful advice in that when they're that short and you swing that high, of course you're going to miss.
Just give him a haircut.
But
I need no tactical advice from you.
My tacticiousness is without peer.
oh,
I mutter underneath my breath, but your vocabulary is not.
We're gonna need to get, like, as this rolls, we're gonna need to get a wiki, and someone's got to write down all the definitions to these words.
Yep.
Okay, so
Hashtag new D&D word.
yeah, the vocabulation is without peer.
Yikes.
Ugh.
All right, so kind of a game master question. With inspiration, and lining up like this, if I miss that first goblin, can I spend inspiration to have that arrow maybe hit the second goblin who's lined up in a nice little
You can
defilade
re-roll
there?
it. So if you miss, you can re-roll your dice for a second attempt.
Fair. Okay. Well, I will clearly be trying to shoot that lead goblin there. His thinking is if he misses, I'll just hit the second goblin and then claim that's what I meant to do.
Okay, good. Go ahead and go for it. Make your attack roll.
Ooh.
19. That's gonna hit. No need to use that inspiration. And that was 11
Right.
piercing damage. Wow.
Down like a poleaxe steer.
11.
Tell me what happens.
Well, I drew a center of mass shot. I have to remember to aim a little bit lower, unlike Gareth, and
Oh.
shoot him just like this going steer hunting,
Yeah, so you're hitting him right in the chest.
right in the heart.
So as he kind of, the goblin turns to look at you as you move away from that group, like, new target. You release that arrow, and the force of the arrow impacting just takes him right off his feet, and he doesn't move.
Stapled him right to the ground, right where he's standing.
Yeah, that was a nice one shot there. All right, he's down. Now it is
Kinda.
time for the goblins. So I figured out, I think, how to roll in here. It's not going to look like yours does, but hey, now everyone can see it. So I am going to roll
Ooh.
a 7, which is going to miss. So that was my melee guy. This guy sucks. That's why they put him on the front lines. They're like, just fall. You're the meat shield. All right, so I'm going to roll again. So that's going to be... Oh, let me delete the one goblin that is dead. And now this other range goblin saw his buddy fall and is going to turn and shoot at Jedediah.
Does
You know
my
what?
attacking break the sanctuary, or does he still have to make a will save?
What was that?
Your sanctuary should still be protect. Yes, you are right. Yeah, if you made an attack, it's gone.
Maybe he didn't say it.
Yeah.
All right, a 15. Jedediah, does that hit?
Depends.
What is your AC?
14. So it depends if I can wriggle some more AC out of you somehow.
Nope. You tell you what, you can use your inspiration to make me re-roll.
You know what? That sounds great. I will try to do like a Matador's Olay on this arrow.
Cool. And ignore the dice rolls that just happened. I put the book on my keyboard and it kept rolling. All right, so that inspiration for Hal is gone, so I'm going to roll. And it's a miss. Well used.
Well done.
Well used. All right. So that goes on to our... actually, you know what? As soon as he misses that shot, because he's still got his movement, he's going to take off running.
Oh.
All right.
Tell his buddy, you got this.
Yeah. Keep going. You're doing great. All right. So next up is Sarsora.
Okay. So this Gabo right here, she's gonna go ahead and twirl her warhammer in her hand and take it and hopefully wickety whack this guy. So let's try it.
Awesome.
La la la, scrolling scroll. Warhammer, here we go. Boop. Oh my.
Yeah, that's
Ouch.
gonna
I
hit.
think it does it. So let roll some damage here. Oops, I clicked on Phelan. There we go.
Oh, please don't hit me.
I will.
I'm soft.
13.
Did you roll again? I think that was not your damage.
Oh, rip. Let me try again. I was having a little bit of a problem.
So don't
And if
forget,
not, I'll-
for damage, you don't want to hit your character sheet. You want to hit in the chat where it just says
Uh-huh.
Warhammer two-handed.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Sure.
Oops.
We're gonna go with the first one, which is
Okay.
8. So this guy, the one goblin takes off running and is like, you got this, buddy. And the other goblin kind of turns and goes, what? Just as you come swinging around, crack, and it just like takes his neck. He was already turned to look, and it just turns that thing, and this goblin boy is gone.
All right.
Well done.
All right. Well, that first goblin is clearly doesn't have the mind to be leading us into an ambush. So I would like to immediately give chase. It'd be like impossible for this to be a trap.
So let's stay in initiative order. So, are you using a bonus action or movement?
Just
Sarsara?
whenever it's my turn, I'd like to chase after him.
I will
I'm
remember
feeling
that.
good with yeah, I'm feeling good. We're Gucci.
You're gonna stay still?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Next up is Flint.
So can I still see the goblin as he's running away? Is he
Yeah,
in
he's
range?
about 60 feet away right now.
Okay. I'm going to move toward him 25.
Okay.
Okay. And then I'm going to go ahead and take out my short sword and try shooting it.
Shooting him with your short sword?
Oh, did I say short sword? Short bow.
Loads the sword in the bow and shoots it.
All right, so you'll use your bonus action to take out your short bow, and go ahead and make an attack. That's gonna hit. Roll
Nice.
your damage.
It's adding sneak attack. I'm not sure if I don't think it's supposed to.
I'll
at this
take it
point.
without right now.
Yeah.
So 8 damage. To kind of repeat what you remember seeing from Jedediah, as you release that arrow, it just pings right into his back, and he just hits the dirt with the force of the impact into his back, and he no longer moves.
Oof.
We are out of initiative.
Nice.
All right. Good job, guys. You all survived your first battle.
I never. I'll turn around so they can't see me cry as I pull the arrow out, because I never thought it would hurt that much being shot.
Can I roll perception to see if Jedediah is crying? Like, can I see if that's a thing?
So let's do so you said you're trying to hide it, right?
Well, I mean, it hurts pulling the arrow out. I don't want them.
Oh.
I'm a tough guy. They can't see the.
So
they can't
go
see
ahead
the
and roll a
crying.
deception.
Oh, wrong window. Deception. I'm not particularly good at that, it seems.
You rolled
Yeah,
a
you are.
17. So just for our viewers to know, so he has a -1 to his charisma bonus. So not
Hey,
very.
you gotta have
What was that?
Everyone's got to have a dump stat.
Yeah, but you do pretty well this time. Where you kind of that
I'm
dust in
wiping
my
the
eyes.
road dust out of my eyes.
Yeah. So with your passive perception being 13, you do not notice.
Cool.
It does kind of hurt though, but like in a tough way. Like,
Tough guys have feelings.
Is
well,
everyone
not right now. Not right now though.
is everyone all right?
I
am unharmed.
Yeah, I got an arrow in my shoulder, and he'll pull the arrow out.
I'll try not to flinch as I watch.
Just a scratch, he says as Phelan says as he just casts prestidigitation and cleans off the little bit of blood on him.
Oh, that's convenient.
Nice.
My life is built around convenience,
Oh.
and he'll promptly get back into the wagon.
Or Sarah, I don't know if you could do like one of those prayer to the gods things, but yeah, I could use one of those if you could.
I wish I could. I'm really tired.
Really?
Well, if we find out where those goblins came from, maybe they have like healing potions we can drink.
Maybe.
No, it is probably best that we continue on our way. This is not a good place to be caught in the open. We cannot handle another ambush.
I got plenty more arrows.
But you
I'm
know
worried
how
about
many
them.
more goblins are out there?
Well, that's why we need to take care of them so they don't ambush the next group who aren't as capable as we are.
I'm worried Gundren wasn't as capable. If their horses are dead, maybe they're endangered.
Well, yeah, or maybe they have them trussed up because I don't see their bodies.
So let me get this straight. You wish to go off in a direction we have no idea where their camp is. You want to engage an unknown number of goblins on the off chance that our compatriots are still alive.
Think of the songs they'll write about us.
Okay, Mom and Dad, can we keep going?
So what's the consensus? You guys got to decide what will you do? Will you rest? Will you continue to the town? Will you search for Gundren?
I think
What,
we look for him. Like he might be right behind that tree over there. We gotta at least look.
We just heard a sound.
Hey!
Did we get another follower?
We got another follower. Let's roll for
Hey!
inspiration.
Go get smacked. Thanks for
I think
following.
we got
Michael
a
still
good
has it.
suggestion from the peanut gallery too. We could do all of those things. We could just split up.
Split the party.
Sure.
All right. This time RJ gets the inspiration.
Woo!
Thank you so much for following. All right, so we've got the So you've got your options. Are you going to search for Gundren? Are you going to continue to the town? Are you going to take a rest? Are you going to turn back to Neverwinter? You guys discuss in character.
Well, Sorcera says that's their horses. They got to be nearby,
They have
or
to
at least
be.
what's left of them. We got to find out.
And
Is anybody skilled in tracking?
Well, they're goblins. They're just a whole horde of them.
Really?
Like,
I'm
look right here. I see a footprint. A footprint.
Garrett starts muttering underneath his breath.
I'm trained well enough.
Yeah, they came from that way. That's obviously the way we would go.
And besides, weren't we hired by them anyway? If he's gone, we've got him.
Yeah, they might have our 10 gold. We got to at least find them to take our 10 gold.
It's also family,
He does
and
have a point. That's a lot of money.
so if we're setting aside moral reasons, gold and job are a very good chance we should go and follow.
Have you all made a decision yet? Phelan says as he's just gazing at his tome.
Would you like to pitch in? You know, everyone here deserves a bit of a word.
It matters not to me.
Would you like to just stay in the car?
Yeah, you
Not
can-
alone, no.
You can watch the oxen. No, actually, it's oxes.
I don't do well with beasts.
Hmm. Well, that's a shame because we're going to be going into the forest just now. So
You broke up there, Brianna. What did you say?
I said, well, it's a shame because you'll have to keep their company. We're going into the forest.
Well, we could also check these goblins. Maybe one of them's only mostly dead. Maybe we could interrogate them.
Hmm. It's not a bad plan.
I'll nudge some goblins, see if they're only
Yeah.
mostly dead.
Okay.
See, maybe one of them's faking.
Anyone who is, please make a investigation check.
11.
All right. So, Jedediah, they are definitely dead.
All dead.
For the record, sidebar, if you do ever want to attack something but not kill it, you have to call that you want to do non-lethal damage.
Mhm.
So, like, you could shoot the thing in the leg kind of thing rather than a kill shot. So they are all dead. But while he's going and looking at the final one that was running away, Jedediah also notices, like, there's kind of, you can tell there's a lot of goblin footprints, and so, like, they must have been staging ambushes here for quite some time.
Okay. Well, I think this is the right direction.
What makes you say that?
Well,
His astute observational skills, I'm sure.
Exactly. It's either that or the Children's Crusade came through here.
Excuse me, my lord, I believe everyone in this party deserves a little bit of respect.
Oh, my apologies.
Well, I am not a particular fan of hanging out with, he looks to the ox and beasts, so I guess I will be accompanying this search. And he'll
Good.
step out of the wagon and walk over.
We're glad to have you.
Thanks for joining, Grandma.
What's in the wagon that we're
Excuse me.
transporting?
So in the wagon is a lot of mining equipment and food.
Well, maybe we should at least pull the wagon like behind the tree line so more robbers don't steal that stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's try hiding it.
How do you plan to hide the oxen?
Behind the trees.
Hmm.
Behind the verbiage.
Bela just looks confused.
Stop.
And then you see him write something down in his book.
So in the wagon, just for your reference, the food, there's flour, pork, and ale. And the mining equipment, there are shovels, picks, crowbars, lanterns, and oil.
Right.
Okay.
So is this goblin trampled path like level enough? We could just take the cart that direction?
The trees up ahead get a little thicker, but with all of the verbiage or foliage in the area, you think that you could pretty well secure and hide the cart. The oxen are pretty well trained. They aren't moving unless someone's driving them.
I'm sure we won't be long.
Could I argue doing a quick prayer to Agma to get an insight on? I mean, we found the goblin tracks, but like what lies beyond it potentially?
Oh, are you asking me?
Yes.
Oh,
You play all the gods.
yeah, true. Sorry. At first I was like, my brain was trying to be like, what's an Agma?
You know.
So, go ahead and make a religion roll.
Let's do this.
Religion check.
I clicked on it. Come on. Oh, there it is. I had to wait a minute. Ooh, all right.
Nice.
So as
He'll just do like a silent prayer, like kind of meditate for a second.
So, yeah, as you meditate, you actually get some clarity. You get a little bit of a vision of a trail that's leading northwest, and you get a sense of of the activity in the area, that there's been about a dozen goblins passing through. You also get a little glimpse of 2 humans being hauled away by some goblins.
None of the goblins here are carrying like travelers' valuables.
You made your investigation. Go ahead and do another investigation because you weren't really searching them.
As you do that, Phelan will relay to the group. Yes, Agma has given me insight. We have a path to the northwest to follow, about a dozen or so goblins dragging away about 2 humans.
2 humans.
Mm-hmm.
What did Gam Gam say about Agma?
Do not call me Gam Gam. My name is Phelan.
Uh-oh. he'll whisper to...
Officially unofficial, the new character name is now Gam Gam.
When that wizard levels up, he's gonna kill you all.
I have spoken.
Oh my god.
He'll whisper under his breath. Oh, okay. Gam Gam. In heat. Okay. Take it easy.
Shoot you a look.
Jedediah, as you search the bodies, you find a scimitar on each of the two goblins that were fighting up front, and you find a kind of rugged, low quality, two low quality short bows and about 6 goblin arrows.
The schemiters are goblin manufacturer or like good?
Yeah, very
stuff they
rough,
make?
very icky, savagely
But do they
sharp.
shoot?
Yeah, they shoot. They're not gonna be worth much, but they shoot.
Okay. So what were you saying about Gabos carrying some humans? Ooh.
Agma has given me insight that the goblins of this, I guess you would call group, have dragged away 2 humans. Last I recall, Gundren Rockseeker is not a human.
Could he have grown?
That's
Phelan
not,
just pinches his brows.
that's not exactly how.
Who's this Agma? Did we get hired by an Agma?
Agma, the god of knowledge.
Well, maybe he doesn't know that they're dwarves.
Needless to say.
Yeah. Does Agma know that we're hired by dwarves? Is it Agnes?
Agma.
Can you call her back up? Get her on the phone.
Phelan does a thing like in some sitcoms like The Office, he'll just look at the camera. He'll look at
Breaking
the
the
non-existent
fourth wall.
camera.
Amazing.
Your name's Flint. Yeah.
That's right.
I think you perfectly well know the name's Agma. And you know that regardless of whether these are dwarves or we should probably pursue them.
I mean, I guess. Are there?
Sounds like
Do you have
it.
another plan in mind?
I mean, that's not really our quest. I don't think we're supposed to just bring this cart somewhere,
Haven't
right?
you ever heard of a side quest?
A side who? A side chick?
What are you talking about?
I hear the bards talk about them all the time.
Bards.
I got a couple of side chicks.
That's a little too personal, I think.
Well,
The
it's
question
actually not.
still remains, what is our course of action? Do we continue on our journey to drop off the supplies that we've been charged with delivering, despite the tragedy, or do we make an impromptu rescue mission? This is a decision that needs to be made.
What are the benefits of said rescue?
People need help.
Well,
We find our employers and most likely get paid, but we will most likely get paid for delivering this shipment.
well, what did Agamemnon say? Did he say there was money? How many Gabos are there? Hello? Hello? Anyone home?
He's ignoring you.
I'm right here. Gam. Gammy. Gam. Grandma.
You just see he's like his back is facing towards you, but behind him you see a purple spectral hand show up and just flick you right off.
I'm sorry, are we gonna have
broke up there, Brianna.
Sorry. I'm sorry. Are we gonna have a problem here?
There are clearly people who need help. We're in a position to do it.
Yes, some people need help. Some people by the name of Flint, who could use a good book.
I think if we were all in their position, we'd want someone to rest. We should go.
Yeah.
What is the consensus? We need to make the decision now.
All right.
I'm going with or without you.
I guess we'll all go.
I'm not losing the protection, Phelan says as he'll walk up to Sasora.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Can you take Thanos' hand out of my face now, please?
He still leaves it there. It's gonna follow you for a minute.
So that's the kind of game we're playing. Got it. Okay.
We're going to find out sooner or later.
All right.
Very-
So it sounds
well.
like. Go ahead.
Oh, Gareth is just like, very well. If this is our course of action, let us get it done.
Our
Great.
halitosis will be legendary.
Phelan writes down in his book again.
Please get in your marching order if it changes. But go
I
ahead
will
and set
take
your...
point.
Okay, go ahead and set your pieces where you'd like to be. Let's face.
Which direction are we?
Let's go north.
Yeah, everyone just line up behind me. We'll make it simple.
Phelan is most comfortable in the middle of everyone.
I think we need the armored beard in front.
That wouldn't hurt.
So yeah, Gareth, do you want to be in front of Sarsora? Because right now you're behind her.
Gareth is feeling a little
Yes.
irritated at his performance during the last combat. So he feels he must make up for himself. So no, he is taking point. Besides, if something were to happen to him, he's got the cleric at his back.
Go ahead and switch your pieces.
You betcha.
All right. So just to remember, so we've got Gareth. Then we've got Sarsora. Then we've got Phelan, right?
Yeah.
And then we've got Flint
That's me.
and Jedediah. Excellent. All right. And with that, it doesn't take long for you to find that trail with the guidance of Phelan's vision. So on your way, about 30 minutes into your trek, and it's pretty easy to track these goblins. They don't seem like they're hiding their footprints.
They don't hide their numbers by walking in single file.
Right? Like follow the same footprints of your predecessor. So about half an hour in, what is your passive perception, Gareth?
13.
13? Okay. So up ahead, you see something.
I hold my hand up to indicate for everyone to stop, just in case. I will sort of lean back towards the cleric and say, I see something up ahead. If you will watch me, I will go investigate.
I'll
Alright.
watch.
As you approach,
With battle axe in hand and my perception up, I'm looking around.
you see a snare. So under the leaves scattered in the forest, you see a netted, a rope-made net that is definitely a snare that if you hadn't seen it and you had stepped on it, it would have scooped you up and suspended you in the air.
That
So-
would have been embarrassing.
Stressful.
Embarrassing, yes. Quite embarrassing. I want to know what embarrassing is. So well done. About another half an hour in, Please make a perception check.
Just Gareth.
Just Gareth. Okay.
Oh, sorry, that was me.
Yeah, we'll all see it when it happens to him.
All right. So as you are moving forward, the rest of the group, what you see is like you're kind of keeping an eye on the woods and everything, but you see Gareth kind of leading and kind of guiding and giving you weird hand signals that you may or may not understand. And all of a sudden, as you like blink or look away for just a second, he's gone. Gareth, I need you to make a Dex saving throw. So this is not a check, this is a saving throw.
Okay, 1 second.
Again, for our audience, this is all on your character sheet. So the saving throw bonus, what is your Dex saving throw bonus?
I have a -1 on my dex.
Yay!
That's what armor's for. Armor makes up for that.
This is
Yeah.
fun. So
All right, I'm looking for this. I'm looking for the saving throws.
So the saving throw on your character sheet is gonna be...
Over the skills.
There you go.
Ah, I see. All right, very good.
Ooh.
Okay.
Yeah, paper sized.
Oh
Please?
no.
Roll
Can I get an F in the chat?
please roll a d6.
Press that.
So if you remember, you can go over on the left side of the screen to the dice and just choose a d6, and it'll just roll a straight d6 for you. 2. Take 2
2.
points of bludgeoning damage as you fall into a hidden pit.
Can we
What
all
happened?
see that now?
Yeah. What happened to Gimli?
Fell onto the spikes smeared with goblin poo.
Luckily,
How
there was no spikes at the bottom, it just took a little bit of a fall.
deep is it?
It is 10 foot deep, it's about 6 feet wide.
Sarsor is gonna walk to the edge of it and kind of look. How you feeling down there?
I've had better days.
I'll try to make him feel better and congratulate him. You found a secret.
Silence! I'm in no mood.
None of us could have found that.
Yeah, I've been looking for the bathroom for like 30 minutes. Thanks, man.
Gareth will climb out.
Phelan's hiding his face in his book, trying not to laugh.
Excellent.
All right, no cuts, no brute.
A little jarred, but I'm fine.
Good. Let's go.
He has a proud limp.
Does he
I have nothing of the sort.
does Gareth have a beard?
No, he doesn't have a beard.
Oh, okay. I was wondering if he needed to take any poop flakes out of it.
All right. About 10 minutes later, you emerge.
Ooh.
Uh-oh.
The perfectly safe map, though. That can't possibly be an animal.
Yeah. It's just a
Where
pretty
we-
river.
Aw.
Yep, you emerge from the woods into a little bit of a clearing. There's a small stream here. There's a lot of brush on the other side of the
Verbiage.
the verbiage on the other side of the stream, and you see. Actually, I think they've got a little description here. Following the Goblin's Trail, you come across a large cave in a hillside 5 miles from the scene of the ambush. A shallow stream flows out of the cave mouth, which is screened by dense briar thickets. A narrow, dry path leads into the cave on the right-hand side of the stream. So let me lift this just a little here. And you can see, like, this is the cave entrance, and you can kind of see across the stream there's a little walking path to get up there.
We gotta hide the Twitch. We only gotta watch in Roll20.
Yeah, it's all right. I'll find a way to fix that for next time. With that, we are going to wrap for today.
Woo!
Oh,
So, what'd you guys think? How'd it go?
that's fun.
I'm enjoying this.
I'm always a fan of petty banter.
I mean, who isn't?
Yeah. Yeah, that was a good time.
Great. What do you guys think of your character interaction? Who do you like the most and the least as your characters?
Let's see.
Like in character.
Yeah.
I could guarantee you Phelan absolutely despises Flint, and that happened in like under a minute. It happened.
I think Flint really likes Gam Gam and Jedediah, right?
You're my new special friend.
You make glowy hand.
Awesome. So, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say Phelan is also a fan of Sarsora because he realized how much of a shield that she can be.
Great. She's useful. Awesome. Gareth, how you feeling?
I'm actually kind of getting into this character because, this is kind of a chance to play kind of a jerk, but there's a reason behind it. But yeah, Sarsora is actually kind of my favorite character right now because she said she was going to stand up. And yes, I was specifically prodding to see what kind of reaction I would get. And I wasn't disappointed. So.
Sarsora is a fan fave here, or at least a favorite of the players, the characters.
Really? Oh my god.
Yeah.
Most liked and most hated. Sarsora Flint.
I'm sorry, but my favorite is Jedediah.
Jedediah's pretty good.
I don't think he doesn't not like any of you. You guys are all like real adventurers as far as he's concerned, and he's afraid about not fitting in. So he's looking up to all you guys.
This is the first time Phelan's been on a Neverwinter. He's got not much to look up to.
Yeah, but you know how to actually use big words, so that's
Yeah.
a technique I wish to master one day.
He's still discerning if your words are true or not.
He's gonna learn
Crud, I'm going to have to look these up later.
He's gonna learn a whole new incorrect vocabulary.
Yeah,
Jedediah the wordsmith.
Teslin's got a good comment. His command of the language is impersonating.
Incipratinating.
That's good. That's good on two levels.
Incipratinating? Incipratinating.
I'm just gonna go with insipid.
There you go.
So your language is very sipping.
Well, it was really fun playing with you guys. Next week, we will continue pursuing these goblins into their little hideout here. And don't forget Chris's promo for Alex's art. So you can find that under Bark Machine under We Support below. And we'll have a new vendor to promote next week. Anything else you guys want to say before we sign off?
Thank you so much
for
to the
watching.
people who followed. Yeah.
Thank you so
Thanks
much.
Thank you guys.
Also, you
Thanks
have
for
all
tuning
gained 75 experience.
in. Hey.
So congratulations. No leveling up yet, but so you'll still be level 1 for next session. But great progress, guys.
Yay.
All right. Well, thank you all for watching. Thanks for the follows. We'll be here next week, 10 to 12 Central. And really good playing with you guys. Thanks so much.
Yay!
It was a lot of fun.
Bye.
Thanks, guys.